This is a public service announcement from RV America on how to be a good neighbor.
Don't go away.
Today we want to share with you some of the things that we've learned about campground etiquette.
How to be a good neighbor when you're out among your friends and old friends, new friends, and family members in an RV park.
You know, there's so many more people out RVing, and we want to share with you some of the things that we've learned. We've even committed some of these that we need to make sure you don't make the mistakes we made. So we want to share the unwritten rules of campground etiquette.
So take a quick minute and give us a thumbs up if you like our videos. Then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Let's get started. So we posted on our Facebook page and on a couple of groups that we're on, what is the #1 campground etiquette that you wish others would follow? And these are the responses. So in no particular order, let's start with, remember quiet time when it's in the park.
Yeah, the quiet time's there for a reason. What we want you to think about and remind you about is that we're all different. And what we want you to think about when there's a quiet time that comes up, that's the time to turn the music down a little bit. Still have fun, still enjoy your company, still play cards and stay up and do whatever you want to do to enjoy yourself. But you're remembering to respect your neighbor a little bit by turning down the music.
Also, during the quiet time, remember that lights can be an issue. I remember once when my girls were small, we brought a spotlight with us camping and literally lit up the entire playground for the kids to play. It got dark a little too early. They weren't tired, so I'll bet our neighbors were really happy with us.
So you got to learn from our mistakes that sound and music
And
lights during quiet time is something you just need to turn down a little bit. Still have fun.
Yes.
The next thing we want to talk about is encroaching on someone's campsite. That's something you might want to remember.
I know we have been guilty, or at least I have been guilty, of cutting through someone else's campsite as a shortcut to somewhere else that I wanted to go to and didn't want to take the time to walk around.
Let's get our steps and walk around their campsite to the next spot that's open or to just around the road.
We did a survey on Facebook on a couple of the groups that we're in, and this one was really high up on the list of things that irritated a lot of people.
It kind of makes people nervous when someone's that close to your site. You don't know what's really going on, and it's something you just need to be aware of. You still get out and get your walk and still maybe even take a shortcut, but maybe through an open site. The next thing we want to talk about is speed limits.
They're there for a reason.
And most of us have probably been guilty of this, of traveling a little bit too fast in the campground. It could be pretty dangerous if a child just happens to walk out at the wrong time.
Or if someone's pet got loose and ran across the road and you didn't have time to stop. Campgrounds have very low speed limits for a reason.
And also, those with golf carts, have fun in them, enjoy them. But remember, there is a speed limit for vehicles, and that means all vehicles.
We've seen some pretty fast golf carts.
Yeah, they might have been souped up, but it could be dangerous if you hit somebody with a golf cart. We've actually seen where someone in a golf cart hit a light pole and knocked the whole light pole down. So
yeah, they were going pretty fast.
So that could be pretty dangerous.
So the next thing we want to talk about is pets and being responsible pet owners.
Yeah, dealing with pets and being a responsible pet owner was the #1 issue that people wish that we did a little bit better at. Most of us are over 50 to 60% of us carry fur babies with us as we travel. And we just got to be considerate and be respectful of our neighbors. The first thing we want to talk about is keeping your dog on a leash.
Yes, campgrounds are no place for puppies to run around loose.
We've had big dogs come up to Bella and to us. It's really nerve-wracking just to be charging like that and barking. And so be considerate of others when you do that. Other people in the RV groups on Facebook mentioned that one lady mentioned that she had been bitten on the face by a dog that came charging out at a campground.
Yeah, that's scary.
That
And
is.
no fun. That could ruin your camping trip.
Oh, it can and scar you for life. And then another person mentioned they were bit by another dog. So your dog could be the nicest person in the world, but something sets them off. They see another dog barks at them. The ideal is make sure you have them leashed up and put them in no more than a 6-foot leash is what we hear at most campgrounds they would prefer you to be at. So that's just part of that. The next thing we want to talk about the pets is barking. Have you ever been to a campground where your neighbor next to you left for the day and the dog was barking constantly?
Yeah.
We've got to be considerate of that. We got to make sure that we've taken steps to eliminate the barking where we can.
Yeah, we know that Bella has anxiety when we leave her in the RV by herself. And so we've kind of taken care of this by, we have a small crate that we take with us. And when we leave, she goes in the crate. It's a good time for her to take a nap.
We know that dogs sleep 14 hours a day. And this is just a good time for her to catch up on her sleep. Because usually during camping or as we're out RVing, she's usually light on her sleep because we're doing so much. So it's a good time for her to catch up on the sleep.
She needs that time to catch up. And it keeps her from running window to window to try to see when we're coming back or barking at the neighbors.
Yeah, and that's something to really think about is that you might think your dog doesn't normally bark when you're there, but when you're gone, they're running from window to window barking. So it's just a trick we've learned. Now, we understand, and we're not trying to just poop on someone's parade, and we'll talk about poop in a minute, but and we know dogs are going to bark, and we hope no one out there would expect anybody to have a perfectly behaved dog, because dogs are going to bark from here or there, but it's when it's continuous and doesn't stop after just a few seconds. So that's one tip that we've learned, because we've been guilty of that, where we came back walking back and we heard Bella barking, jumping from window to window barking. So we had to learn quick to be respectful to our neighbors.
Do something different.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a tip that might help you.
And the other thing that had to do with dogs is poop.
I told you we'd get back to it.
This is my #1 pet peeve. If your dog poops, pick it up. That's just the way it is. Pick it up. Bella is a little bitty dog. Her poop is little bitty. But guess what? We pick it up.
And
now
And I want to tell you that why she's so adamant about it is because one time I was saying, all right, Lynn, you've got to learn how to do the outside work, hooking up the sewer, unhooking the sewer, how to dump, and things like that. So just to learn, that's a good habit, and we talked about that in another video we'll link up top. But pick it up from there. What happened when you were doing that?
I was out there trying to hook up or disconnect everything because I think we were tearing down.
Yeah.
And trying to disconnect the sewer and dump it and everything. And we had neighbors that had a huge dog. And you know what comes from huge dogs?
Huge piles.
Huge piles. And it was right behind our trailer and I stepped in it.
Ooh. I didn't chuckle, but...
You did too. You laughed at me.
I chuckled a little bit.
He totally laughed at me.
I told her not to get any poop on her when she was doing the septic.
Yeah,
but
he says, don't get any poop on you while you're doing the septic. And
I warned her.
Didn't know I was going to step in it.
But they were everywhere. They looked like
know.
long-term people, and they were just piles everywhere up and down our property line of our site. And it was really a big mess there. So the idea is pick up after your pets.
So the next thing that came up on our list was excessive noise.
Yeah, and we're not talking about children riding bikes and having fun. And no one wants to have people to just play quiet mouse at your campground. You still need to have fun, still need to enjoy, have friends, laugh, cut up. That's natural. What most people were talking about was when you're playing the game and you can still hear it 5 sites down, or you got the music blaring and you can hear it over the other side of the campground. That's the part that people are talking about. Just be a little considerate, have fun, enjoy yourself, let your kids have fun, but just be a little considerate.
Hey, does this count for like when you sing? Because if I remember the last campground correctly, you were singing and there were dogs howling too. I think it instigated more noise.
I'll add that to the list. The next thing that came up in our post, in our surveys were your campfire
Mm-hmm.
and what's going in them.
People don't like it when you put plastic in the campfire rings.
Yeah, we probably have all been guilty of burning something that we shouldn't have burned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but we need to think about it. The next person might be cooking on there, and so if you've got some plastic, there's been diapers, there's been cigarette butts, those kind of things can really affect the food or affect the campground or affect this toxic chemicals being released. So we probably need to start thinking about being a little bit more considerate, being more respectful to our fellow camper or the next camper on what are we burning in that campground.
Yeah.
Probably should only burn wood and
Paper.
some paper items.
Yeah. But we've been guilty of throwing styrofoam plates in there after a meal and the camp was going. The fire was going, so toss them.
Yeah, and this has been a while back, so we've tried to learn, because it's something to really need to think about for the next person.
Right.
So the last thing we want to talk about is the trash. We need to think about leaving our campsite better than we found it.
That's the Boy Scout rule, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You
it
were a
is.
Boy Scout.
That's me.
Yeah. Don't leave cigarette butts all over your campsite or trash or anything.
We just need to be considerate and respectful of the next people, other people on the campsite. We've had a friend of ours that when we were camping with them, the previous camper just threw their dog food out right under where their RV was packed, their fifth wheel was backed up to.
It created ants.
And saw critters underneath there, squirrels and such
Yeah.
underneath there. What if that squirrel gets up in someone else's RV because you left some trash there?
And I'll be honest with you, I would not have thought of throwing a few pieces of leftover dog food out as being a problem. But it was a problem for them.
Yeah. You might have thought, well, the wild animals eat it, but it's bringing the wild animals and the ants to their rig.
Yeah. If in case you're wondering, Bella is watching the leaves fall onto the water and she is just seems to be quite fascinated with them.
Yeah, pretty neat sight. So you probably realized by now that these 7 things spell out respect. And that's what all that we're trying to suggest, and all that the people from the Facebook are suggesting, is just show a little respect, some consideration to your fellow camper. No one wants you to stop having fun. No one wants the children to stop having fun. We need to get out and enjoy the outdoors and enjoy the RV lifestyle and enjoy things. But if we can be a little bit more considerate with where we go and what we do, then everybody can enjoy it more. And be like us. We've learned over the years how to be a little bit more respectful to our fellow campers.
What to do and what not to do.
Right.
So take a quick minute and give us a thumbs up if you like our videos. Then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one.
That's right.
Until next time, God bless and many safe travels.
Go RV America.